What up, Brennan? What's going on, everybody? We are about to run it with another case of 2024 Bowman Baseball Blasters. The Triple B, as some may say. We got a big dog case right over yonder, and let's see if we can get this one rolling. Thank you guys for the quick fill, early fill, and we're getting a break off when the lights are still on outside. I like it a lot. All right, guys, let's take a look at the starting lineup. We got Joey with the D-backs, David with the Braves, Justin Orioles, Scotty P Red Sox, Jason with the Cubs, Jeff with the White Sox, Brennan with the Reds, Justin with the Guardians, Jamie Rockies, Anthony with the Tigers, Brian Strohs, Kevin Royals, Jeremy with the Angels, Dave with the Dodgers, Chris G with the Marlins, Kevin Brewers, Linton with the Twins, Stefan with the Mets, Johnny Maz with the Yanks, Jamie A's, Jeremy with the Phils and the Close, Joey with the Buccos, Ron Pods, Carlos Giants, Goop, welcome back, Goop, been a minute, with the Mariners, Lupe with the Cardinals, Chris G with the Rays, Jeremy Rangers, Stevie M with the Jays, Michael with the Nats, and John is going to take all that paper base. We do have a paper base spot tonight again, as we have been for every Bowman break, especially the case breaks. And same as always, it is going to entail only the base paper, any autos, colored, numbered, anything like that. Those go to the team spots as they always do. All right, guys, it's an early one. And we got a big case to get through. So let's get to it. You know how we started. 6:28 p.m. on the East Coast, no matter what the time of day or the position of the sun, we always start our breaks by first breaking that glass. Time to get the fighting gloves on. Are you ready to blast off? Here we go. Oh, it is time. It is time. It's not Vader time. It's parlay time. Let's see if I get the comments. There we are. I got the comments up. What up, Brennan? Hey, yo, what up, Kev? Johnny Maz. Yes, Mama Parlay is good now. Had to get her the dinner. Thanks for the patience, everybody. I have like a short window. If we close real quick, I could jump straight into the break, but it doesn't always work out that way where we could get it going right away. And if I miss it, I gotta go feed Mama Parlay and then come back. So not too long a wait, but here we are, still before nightfall. Looking for something light today, like a McGonagall 1 of 1. No big deal. All right, guys, let's do it. Do me a favor. Smash that like button down below. And let's get this out to everybody in the Parlay Breaks Facebook group. The news of the day, PSA is going to be pausing many of their service levels for a couple of months, it seems. And they're still open right now. So if you have a sub to submit, the button, the options are still there. I suspect either tomorrow or Saturday is when they're going to go away. So let's make sure that if you have anything, you get it out in time. Although, if you do get it out, I'd be prepared to wait for up to a year. At this rate, maybe even more. PSA has just been going crazy. All right, we're going to start it. You know who starts it for us? The man, the myth, the legend himself, the master of the ladder match, Razor Ramon. Hey, yo. Good luck, guys. Here we go. All right, since I don't have the space, unfortunately, here to tip over the entire blaster case, I'm going to bring it off camera like we usually do, and then I'm going to bring him back. Here it is. Oh, in this is a heavy bugger. In sets of 5. So let me grab this. Woo. And I'm going to do the flip and rip. You ready? You're going to hear it. 1, 2, 3. And it's flipped. Hopefully they don't fall down. Did I do it right? I did it right. I did it good. All right, here we go. The first one is up. Let me get the parlay stands in pole position to accept all of the magnitudinous hits, as Dusty Rhodes used to say, that we are about to get. All right, guys, we're going to super rip as much as we can. Good luck, guys. Here goes. We got a fresh Razor Ramon ready. I don't know why the comments keep on not going. Oh, don't worry about it, Brennan. It's all good. All right. Hot case. I like it. Boo PSA, says Carlos. Boo earns. I was saying boo earns. All right. So the downside of ripping a blaster case is that it always does take a while to get everything out and unpacked. But we're going to try to go as swiftly and efficiently as we possibly can. Welcome to Itchy and Scratchy Land, where nothing can possibly go wrong. Possibly go wrong. That's the first thing that's ever gone wrong. I'll have to do my Simpsons quotes. All right, so we have 4 sets of 5 making up this, if I do my math right, case of 40 blasters, or as some call them now, value boxes. All right, let's commence the ripping. How many autos do you guys think we're going to get out of this case? Let me know in the comments down below. I think the average that we had seen in our past cases, I think it was 5. I already forgot. 4 or 5, I believe. Maybe it was 4. But we shall see. We had an absolute, probably the biggest, craziest case of any product that I have ever opened in our 6+ years here at Parlay Breaks was the other night with a jumbo of Bowman Baseball. I almost said Bowman's Best. And we hit 4 redemption cards in a single case. I did not even think that was possible. I don't know why these comments keep stalling. Good thing I see them on the computer. 8 sets of 5. Did I say 5 sets of 8? 8 sets of 5. I probably said 5 sets of 8, didn't I? Well, you know, I could just grab 8 at a time. Why not? I was absent that day. I was washing my hair. I was watching The Simpsons that day. That was probably every day. I said it before, I'll say it again. When I was in college and I told people I majored in marketing, the joke at the time was, oh, you marketing majors, you only did it because you suck at math. And I had to say, yep, I do. All right, here we go, guys. Good luck. Davalon. I'm going to go past the paper quick. There's our first Connor Rooney. Connor gets the protective housing treatment all the time. Nellie Taylor. And a Theo, not Huxtable. And a Wilder Dallas purple wave, number to 250, goes out to Jamie, starting it out. And our first reptilian is Mr. Josh Knopf. Carson Williams, Blaine Bullard, and Dax. Bo Davidson. Color coming up. It's a Drake's Cakes on the neon green, numbered to $3.99. Going to David. First time ripping David. Congrats. Basayo. Rainier. And our second Connor. Top 100. Waldschmidt. Josui. Cade Snell. And there's our Reptilian backwards again. Ibarguin. Sky blue numbered is Josh Owens to $4.99. Going out to the closer, Jeremy. Freddie Freeman. Kova. 6 autos is the call. Benji. Lombard. Balaki Mitchell. Vladdy. Joswar and Cade Snell. Green first. 46 to 99. That's the top Cubs chase. Going to Jason. Taking his first hit and his first break. Congrats, Jason. Oh, look at that. Cut card. Again, showing something off. Dylan Lewis is the lava to $3.99. Going to Johnny Maz with the Yanks. Ryan Waldschmidt. And Endy Azokar. Reptilian. Ethan Holiday. Bowman Sterling. Quite a few Bowman Sterlings hit in any given product and any given case. And there's a Judge Man, power chords. We are in a new level of protection here where we are top loading every Judge, every Ohtani, and every single Connor. There's a Mikey Trout. It's a step up from the ABS lifestyle. We may have to call it ABTL. Always be top loading. Wehiwa Aloy and Kendry Churio. That's swooning, this pile. And a Shohei Sterling. Who wins the NL Rookie of the Year? I'm putting my money on Sal Stewart. There's an Ethan Holiday first chrome. Let's get this cleaned up. I am putting my money on Ethan. Or excuse me, on Sal Stewart. I got Ethan Holiday on the mind. There's Bryce Matthews. Red Rookie Redemption. Rumfield. PCA. Kaysen Cunningham. Hector Ramos. Walker Jenkins. Still waiting for our first auto. And Charlie Condon is the Reptilian. Jack Kaggs. Kalaz, Herman, and shutout of autos on the first 5. So let's see if we turn that car around on the next set of 5. Next set of 8, we should say. What up, Paul? Dang, I don't know why the comments aren't coming up on the old phone. That's a pain in the noodle. All right, Razor Ramon, nice and sharp at the moment. Let's get this one rolling. Ooh, smashy, smashy. See, that's what happens. Very little space. Let's try to make a little more room. Wasn't there an old TV show called Make Room for Daddy? World Cup Brazil is the call? I mean, I know it's not going to be Italy. Can you believe that Italy hasn't qualified for the World Cup? Like, I think it's the last 3 World Cups. The once reigning and defending champions of the soccer world aren't even good enough to make it. But I don't know nearly enough about soccer, Linton, to make a call. So I'm going to have to be the American in me is just going to have to go for old Team USA. Got to root for your country. We shall see. They have, I don't know if I assume they're not going to be able to do it in time because they are building that soccer stadium over by me here in New York, by where the Mets play at Citi Field. I haven't been by there in a couple months. They started getting it up real quick, but I gotta imagine it's not going to be ready. I don't think that they're having that ready for the World Cup, but you never know. They put it up real quick. It's amazing what can get done when there's focus from the right people. Who do you guys think is going to win the World Cup? It's been a while since we ripped soccer here on this channel. We ripped soccer, I think, only once. I remember it was during the last World Cup, actually, come to think of it, where Panini released a World Cup blaster box. And I did a World Cup mixed with Sapphire, I think it was Premier League, I believe. And then we mixed the countries with the club teams. Kind of fun. Love trying some new sports. Speaking of which, we were in basketball for the very first time in about 2+ years a few days back, and we've got another one dropping tomorrow. It's going to be single box of 2025-26 Topps Chrome Cosmic Basketball, which is one of the greatest sets in recent history that Topps had invented across all the sports, definitely in baseball, retaining that value with certainty. And so we're going to be running a $39 per spot random team format break tomorrow. That's going to drop at 1 p.m. tomorrow. We're going to see if we could fill 2 breaks tomorrow, 1 basketball, and then we are at the normal 4 p.m. time slot. We're going to drop our final case of 2026 Bowman Jumbo. That's my last sealed case. Good luck, guys. Here we go. Bewit Jr., Eli Made, Pena, DeVries, Bonnemer. We've got a Gabriel Rodriguez, Reptilian, J-Rod, and it's going to be an Ilion Pena Gold Reptilian. 19 out of 50 for the Mets. Going to Stefan. And the Mets have been fairly quiet so far for us in our breaks. BQE under construction for 30 years. Yeah, it'll be under construction till we're old and gray. And Carter Jensen is going to be the yellow rookie hit. 15 to 75. Something about the yellow that I just love. I don't know why. It pops so nicely. I don't know why. It draws my attention. Nick Kurtz. And also because it's a nice color match for the Pirates. That may be why. Colt Emerson. Daniel Pierce. And Marek Houston is going to be the Reptilian. Top defender. There's Matt Klein. Neon green to $3.99. Another Rockies hit. This one going to Jamie. Hope the Spurs win tonight. Wemby, 35 points, 18 rebounds, and 4 blocks. That sounds like a FanDuel type bet. Going for a specific outcome. I think they'll take it tonight. It's going to definitely be an interesting NBA Finals with the Knicks playing the way they are if they go up against Wemby and the Spurs. And Shin-Sing Ko, top 100, Weatherholt, Carson Benji, Pena, and look at that, Benj, not Benji, Benj, I always want to call him Benji like the dog, Roman Anthony, Still waiting for our first auto. There's Ryan Sloan. Rodriguez. Sloan always reminds me of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Sloan. Colson Montgomery, Red Rookie Redemption. There's a Judge, Electric Sluggers, embarking on the ABTL lifestyle. I got to get used to that. There's our first Justin Gonzalez first chrome. One of the top 5 chases. Top 3 probably. And Kendry Churio, top chase for the Royals to $4.99. Going out to Kevin. So KC goes to KC, on KC goes to KJ. How about that? Congrats, KJ. Johnny Level and Victor Figueroa. And look at this, another Mets insert, Anthony Frobos. All right, come on, auto. There's our first Florentino. Patiently waiting. Caleb Bonnemer. And how about a Churio bookend purple pattern, 1 out of 250 to Milwaukee. To Kevin again. Going to KJ. Congrats, Kev. There's Cal Raleigh. Acronyms flying all over the place here. Eric Hartman. Don't call him Cartman. Shelton. So are we going to get shut out on autos through our first 10? Hope not. Shauna Paul Linian. And, oh, we got a Bowman logo, Walter Janik. Excuse me, I always call him Walter. Walker Janik. Bowman logo hit. Going to Brian with the Stros. We're seeing a lot of the teams that haven't been hitting in other products so far, hitting early here. So the Stros, the Cubs, and the Mets, I would say, have probably been the ones that have hit the least, in the least quantity, at least in our breaks so far. And by far, I've noticed the Cubs, just number of cards coming out of full cases has been so low that I dropped the price on the Cubs even more than they already were, just because, I mean, for a whole case, I was seeing the Cubs walk away with like 7-8 cards. It was unbelievable. The stack was so short. So they do have Cade Snell, obviously, is a nice prospect, but I had to lower the price seeing that. And it's so strange how that happens sometimes. You can't really predict it. You can't really base it off the number of autos for the team in the product. And as you guys know, on every break post, I post the count of autos per team. That's total autos across every, base, insert, everything. Duals, triples, if there's quads, I count them once for each team. Not always necessarily an indicator of how many cards will come out, although you can assume the lesser the autos, probably the lesser the players and the lesser the print run is for that team. But nonetheless, not always mathematically aligned. And so the Cubs have been one of the shortest stacks that I've seen in full cases. Sosa Anime, 5 out of a blaster. Wow. Yeah, it's definitely interesting, and I'm a broken record when I say things like this. I always say that even if you're not in a break, if you've got the time and you can hang out around your phone for a bit, don't take away from your family time or your work time, of course, or anything like that. But watch breaks, and you can learn the patterns, and it can help you play the odds better on which teams to go for and not to go for, and at certain times. Because again, I say this all the time, I've definitely detected patterns in terms of what teams or players hit heavily, tied into if it was a first off the line release versus what they know as wave 2 release, which is subsequent to the initial pre-order or release day. So sometimes certain players and certain teams hit really early. Sometimes later on, if you rebuy product later, it hits differently. But it always makes sense to try to take it all in and be your own private investigator. I can't tell you how many times I've seen, just watching other breaks, where I've kind of seen the odds and I see where certain teams are priced. You can spot great value that way. You may have a team that's kind of mid price point, maybe in like the $40, $50, $60 range. That's been hitting a lot. They may not have the absolute best player, but they're hitting a lot. Potential for a low numbered auto of a prospect that maybe isn't the top 5 prospect, but maybe he's in the top 10 or 15 or 20. So it's always sensible. The sensible thing to do is watch breaks as much as you can. And also it's great because you could cheer your friends on. You could cheer people on when there's a great hit. The community aspect of being part of a live break is second to none. I mean, some obviously still would rather rip by themselves. But heck, it's a lot more fun when you get an awesome hit or you see an awesome hit and then you see folks celebrating for each other. That's great. Good luck, guys. We got Carson Williams on the Red Rookie Redemption. Acuna, Sojun Moon, Zaire Hope. We are waiting on our first auto, and there's a Schlittler and a McGonigal. I think we're going to be rewarded for the wait with a nice color auto, if I do say so myself. Carlos. I call him like I see him. Bryce Harper. Jack Kaggs. Culpepper. McGonigal. McAdoo getting called up today by the Blue Jays. Charlie McAdoo. Was kind of surprised to see him get called up already, of all folks. But I think his performance was pretty good so far. Lindy. Gage Jump, speaking of call-ups, debuted a few days back for the A's. Cole Emerson. Danelle Ortiz. Observing which teams hit in a lot of specific products can be a massive advantage. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And even the type of product, like, what's going on? Did we say it or what? Big auto on the patient first hit. Florentino Bowman first Green Shimmer 57/99 coming out, going to Joey. That's what we like to see. Congrats, Joey. We were patiently waiting, and then the payoff hit. Congrats, Joey. What a hit. Yeah, Jump started last week, I think. Was it Monday, maybe? Maybe it was Monday. But very recently, Jump got the call. He had a formidable outing. I think it was like 5 innings, 3 runs. Is a Josuar Gonzalez, 3 or 4 runs, something like that. Max Clark. The A's are quick to move those guys through the ranks. Pretty awesome. Keep them coming. There's Joey. I'm on a delay with these comments for some reason. I have to spy them on my computer because they're not even coming up on the phone at all. Trey Savage and Riley Nelson. Say that works. Listen on my headphones, scared the shit out. Sorry about that. I get excited when we get a nice hit. It's my flaw. Judge. Now, Anthony, you gotta say what it is that you do for work. Do you work in it would be amazing if you work in a library and it was completely silent. Oh, and another auto showing up already. How about Owen Carey for for the Bravos first base auto. That's some nice penmanship with the little O. That's kind of how they teach us. They taught us. Going to David. First break, taking an auto. Congrats, David. All right, so we're going to bring on our next set of 5. 2 autos in. How can I mess that up? Next set of 8 of 5 or something like that? Knew I should have stuck with Pitt. It's always tough to predict. Here comes the next set of 5. It was worth it. Hopefully it didn't like crackle. I try not to be that loud, and I think the mic on the iPhone has very little gain, which is nice. It doesn't crackle. Much like, for those of you, if you watch or have watched Oakland A's TV broadcast with, I forget her name, the first woman play-by-play commentator. Oh my goodness, she makes the microphone crackle when she yells. They got to get a noise-reducing mic for her, I gotta say. Halfway or more. This is the halfway point, these 5. So this will bring us up to box 20. We're about halfway in. 2 autos. One, I don't think you can call it a case hit, but in that neighborhood, the Bowman logo. It's very rare for there to be a true case hit anymore. The best way to confirm what the case hit is to look at the odds and just do the math. And if you multiply out the number of packs per box and per case, whatever format you're opening, and then you look at the odds, it'll tell you right there. So I'm not going to try to do math fast, but what are there? 2, 4, 6. So what is that? 180 packs in this whole thing? 6 times 40. Can I do math? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So if you look under the blaster column on the odds list that Topps publishes all the time, that's another thing to get familiar with, is the odds list if you don't already. I mean, back in the day, you remember, guys, the odds list used to be printed here on the pack. Like, you'd lift this up and there would only be 5 parallels. So they could print the odds for all those parallels right here. But now, forget about it. Now we're up to like 40 different parallels. So they would never even fit on the box. Topps doesn't even bother anymore. But yeah, if you look at the odds list and you see anything that's out of like 1 in 240, then that's the clear way to know that it's technically a case hit. And it's not guaranteed, because it doesn't mean that they guarantee every case will have it. It just means the odds say that you will likely get 1 per case. Could be 1, could be 0, could be 2. But that's what I would call a case hit in 2026, because they don't put like they used to. They don't put like a set card in every case anymore. It's rare, if not, I'll just say it's rare. Out of 5 would be a case hit. Not necessarily. You'd have to look, Brennan, and more than likely it wouldn't be, because nowadays, numbered to 5 card, I mean, the odds of hitting those are like in the thousands of packs, the way the print runs are and things like that. But like I said, you just look on the odds list and look at the second number, and if that's the number of packs in your case, then you can kind of consider that a case hit. 1 in 48 packs used to be crazy long odds. Yeah, you're right, Joey. I mean, back when they fit on the back of the wrapper, I think like 1 in 48 was the odds for like gold to 50 or something like that. 1 in 72 when there were 36 packs. Yeah, it's definitely changed. We'll put it that way. Definitely changed. Nate George. I think the hardest part, there's a Wehiwa Aloy. The hardest part is tracking that there's like for red now, there's 4 different red to 5s, which albeit is still awesome, but it just makes it a little harder to track. And I think the other red to 5s, like true color hits, I think are always going to retain value. Some of the added parallels, I feel like they eat away at each other's value a little bit the more that Topps introduces them for like the mid to lower tier cards. And there's Elmer Rodriguez Cruz on the green top 100, 12 out of 99 going to the Yanks. That's going to Johnny Maz. Congrats, Johnny Maz. Let's get this up on the stage. I almost lost a stand there. And oh, look at that. Lombard right behind it to $4.99. I didn't even spot that until we picked it back up. So a Lombard also going to Johnny Maz to $4.99. That's a nice one. And let's get it up here on the stage. Lombard, I think we're going to see him in the bigs this year. There's an Ethan Holiday. Anime would be the big hit if we could get another one. We got I think it was our last case that we ripped. We pulled the Griffey Jr. Anime, which was a wild and crazy pull, much like Wild and Crazy Kids. Who remembers that show? Luis Kova. And Shotaro Mori, blue pattern to 150 to Jamie with the A's. So he was a big chase on the Bowman Chrome product. What up, Justin? I could get used to these daytime breaks, guys. If we keep filling them this quick, boy, oh boy. Sometimes staying up till midnight, I know that not something you guys always desire during a weekday. So we totally could get used to these early breaks. Keaton Anthony. We are at about the halfway point. There's a judge. Any Cleveland or Orioles yet? I don't think on the stage. Not yet. Looking for a Wehiwa Aloy. The Flying Hawaiian. And the password, Justin Sin Garcia, Red Rookie Redemption. Going to Pitt. So far, boy, oh boy, did we get one big time auto. There's an Electric Sluggers. Show. Liam Doyle. Gage Jump. Yes, Savage. And Aiden Miller. Reptilian. Shohei. Cam Collier. Guedes. Lombard and Gavin Fine. Eldridge, Joswar, and Sue. And here comes a numbered hit. It's Miguel Mendez, Blue Reptilian, 48 to 150. Padres hit to Ron, Mr. Padre himself. Congrats, Ron. And Seong-Jun Kim, the Reptile. And a Connor, Sterling. Quite a bit of Connor, Judge, and Ohtani coming out so far. Jenkins. I think that's our first Andrew Fisher base chrome. We have been pulling quite a bit of Andrew Fisher. In all of our products so far, we have been seeing the Brewers come out heavy, the Phillies come out heavy, the Red Sox come out very heavy, just to name a few. Who else? The A's have been doing pretty solid. We get them quite a bit. Just to name a few. Still can't get over that we got the Florentino to 99. I'm not sure why, but we've seen Florentino's auto numbers decrease a bit, nothing monumental, from the initial release price, and Florentino has been playing pretty well. He hit his 8th home run of the season the other night. So he is not slumping, not underperforming. I feel like it may just be a shift to other prospects. And maybe it's just because of the price of the Pirates in breaks. Maybe, could be. Obviously, they're one of the higher priced teams because they have the higher priced chases. Not only Florentino, but essentially any Connor Griffin is a big chase, even though it's not his rookie and it's not his first. Similarly, McGonigal autos in 2026 Bowman Baseball have been valued quite well, even though, again, not his rookie, not his first. I wish I knew why these comments weren't cooperating. Thanks, everybody, for joining. We are going to continue ripping Bowman, and again, tomorrow we're going to do a little more basketball. 2025-26 Topps Chrome Cosmic. Basketball tomorrow, $39 for a random spot. And then tomorrow night at the usual 4 p.m. drop time, we will be dropping our last jumbo case. Hopefully we fill it. Friday nights have been interesting. Sometimes jumbo cases, we go right down to the wire and then they spill over into the next day. But hopefully we could fill it and rip it tomorrow, because Bowman Baseball jumbos, my goodness, especially coming off that last case. And then after that, I've got mega box cases, and we're going to be doing more blaster cases. And then the fun really starts, because I'm going to start doing some mixers with Bowman Baseball Jumbo and Hobby together, and also with different Bowman products as well, and probably even with Topps. I'm thinking about Topps Chrome Black mixed with Bowman Jumbo. That sounds like a fun rip. Are you guys still out there? I don't see the comments slowed down. I don't know if that's me not seeing it or just a little bit of a lull in the commentary. All right, good luck, guys. Carter Jensen is the red rookie redemption. JoJo. Tatis. Emil Morales. Basayo and Peterson. Carlos Virhanda. Reptilian. J-Rod. Marek Houston. And Florentino Power Chords. I'm still not seeing any comments going. I don't know if it's me or if there's just no comments. Tyson Lewis, Azokar. DePaula, Gauge Jump. There's Andrew Tess. As a judge, man, somebody throw me a comment. Tell me if this thing's working or not. Cam Schlittler, red. I see Paul. Hello. Thank you, Paul. All right. Maybe just everybody's quiet. Red Rookie Redemption. Everyone's quiet. All right. I see. Thank you, Justin. Nimala. Yes, Savage. Otani anime would light up the chat. Yes, it would. What happened here? We got a Matt Klein. Connor anime, and we all comment. All right, fair enough. J-Rod. Can never tell, because I always have problems with seeing comments on the phone. My goodness. If I worked for Facebook, I would be, look at that. JoJo Parker to 125, top 100. Let me get some more top loaders and sleeves ready. I would find all the bugs, because I find them all the time with all of our break posts. Lakers in 5, funny comment. I'll take it. Throw us an anime. I would like to. I would certainly like to. Keep up our streak. We could start an anime streak. There's a Connor. JoJo. 15 boxes to go. Nick Kurtz. Waiting for more autos. Gage Stanifer. Purple to 250. Take a Sal anime. Wehiwa. True of Madonna, and there's a McGonagall. I feel like Bowman Topps could have done better than Reptilian. Aiden Miller, metal to 100, kind of like this. I think this was one of the better ideas for new parallels. Green grass and metal, personally. That's numbered to 100. Aiden Miller, top Phillies prospect. Goes straight up to that stage. There's Josue. Sam Peterson. Soto. Only seeing phone comments, but not computer ones. Huh. Switch to computer. Ethan Dorcheese is the purple Ray Wave to 250. Another Brewers hit to Kev. Congrats, Kev. Daniel Pierce, top chase for the Rays. Jorge Quintana. Roman. And there's an auto. It's a Pablo Nunez. 63 out of 99. True green first auto. Going to the Reds to Brendan. Brennan, congrats, Brennan. Not Brendan. Congrats. Let's get this up on the stage. So we got our third auto, 2 of which are color. Liking that. Too many reptilians. Yeah, I feel like the one thing that I wanted Topps to really stay away from, as I knew they were going to expand parallels, was not to use wild animals like Panini did, where they had elephant skin and leopard and snake skin. Like I felt that was really cheesy. The green grass I think was great. I think adding yellow was definitely solid. Any color that could be construed as a true color and a color match to a team, I welcome adding that to the rainbow, even though that means it means more parallels. Metal, I think, was a great idea. Green grass, I think, was a great idea. Maybe overdone a little bit on, I think Lava Lamp was a little over the top. I think, you have Mini Diamond Shimmer, Ray Wave now, X-Fractor now. I think those patterns were plenty. Lava Lamp, could have done without it, but I definitely hope we don't see animal prints. as Topps continues this. I know they've gone the direction of, you know, Easter with Easter eggs and Halloween with jack-o'-lanterns, and that's fine for flagship products that come out at that time of year. I always loved the Father's Day, Mother's Day pink, Father's Day camo. I thought that was great. One thing I think they need to bring back, though, was Diamond Anniversary. Although maybe they're trying to do that with Mini Diamond. And Cognac. I think they should 100% bring back Cognac. You remember Cognac was big, especially in the 2011 Topps Update set. Just pulled an auto of his in a separate break, different color. Got the rainbow going on him. Nice. What do you have left to get? What's the larger number, Brennan? How many colors you have left to get, or how many colors you already have? And then what is the smaller of those numbers? Doing a rainbow in a modern set now is super tough. Again, just because of all the parallels. I feel like to do an adequate, semi-easy rainbow, you've got to do like pre-2022. Wish you kept the printing plate of Bowman we pulled 3 years ago. That's all right. It happens. It happens. Parallels are like new car brands. Have like 7 trims on all models. Yeah, maybe they could make it like the car models. You can make it like the Z parallel, the CS2 parallel. Got him in an orange and a green. All right, that's a good start. Yeah, sometimes when you either like randomly buy or hit in a break one of those low numbers, like 25 or below, you almost feel forced, like, that's my calling to go and build a rainbow. Especially, I mean, if you get the superfractor, then you are almost obligated to build a rainbow for that player. But it's super hard now. I mean, to build a rainbow now, the numbered to 5 cards, there's 4 different ones. Black to 10s, so many different ones. It has got to be light years harder to build a rainbow. I only did it once in my life, and I promised myself I would only do it once more before the end, before it's all over. Perdomo, sky blue to $4.99. The one thing that I've mentioned on this channel before that I always felt was something that I would love to do, which I feel like is achievable and would probably take a really long time to do it, would be to build every single rookie cup. I love the rookie cup. And it's a little bit more available as Gauge Jump than if you're going after rookies or things like that. I would like to get every single rookie cup. Probably in flagship, just so that I could go all the way back. It'll be flagship the whole way through. Charlie Condon at $2.99. Rather than like shifting to chrome, in the 2000s. Another Rockies hit to Jamie. And Colby Shelton, White Sox, true green to 99. So we're getting a good amount of true color hits coming out of this case so far. Any St. Louis bangers? Not yet. We were waiting for you, Lupe. Carson Wisenhunt. I tell you, tracking down the superfractors when you're doing a rainbow is the roughest and most fun thing to do at the same time. And now you have tools like the Superfractor Tracker on Instagram. If you're not already following it, make sure you do. It is our Instagram at the Superfractor Tracker, where we post up every single superfractor we see. I think we're the only one that posts every single superfractor, and we don't just limit it to Bowman. So anytime you see it, tag us, message me, whatever it takes. We want to have the Ultimate Superfractor Library. Majority of my 59 and 65 cards of the 2025 Series 1 Padres team card. That's awesome. See, it's stuff like that it's a lot of fun. Josue. There's Eric Hartman. White Sox do well too. Yeah, the White Sox definitely do hit. And it showed in our last case, we got our first Murakami autos, another Shosho. So I'm top loading every Judge, Ohtani, and Connor in this product just because the values on them are they're going wild. I mean, even base cards you can get are like $5 cards in some circles. Walker Jenkins, Zaire Hope. Base chrome cards, that is. Kendry Martinez. 8 or 9 101s in the 65 card set. That's crazy. Nick Kurtz so good. Henry Lalane. Don't call him Lalane. Raleigh, there's Justin Gonzalez. I feel like we have the potential to get one more big auto. Although usually in blaster cases, there's like one big hit. Not always, but at least from what I've kind of seen. There's Thomas White. There's a Florentino first. DeVries. All right. Going back through your old base and pulling the Judges and Otanis, that's a wise move, Brennan. I would also incorporate any Connors if you were collecting 2024 or later for his prospect stuff. He hit a home run, I think, yesterday. Like, he hasn't been out of this world statistically, but I think he's in a position where as long as he has like one very hot month, that'll keep his value very high. If he completely blows the stat line this season in a bad way, I think that's when we'll start to see a potential dip. What is he at now? Let's see. So he's at 261, 4 homers, 21 RBI. Not great, not bad. I think we need to see him get over 275 in order for his value to maintain. If we see under 250, I think that is going to be a not so good thing for his value. And surprised we haven't seen more power out of him. In the early going. All right, we've got 10 blasters to go. These 5 and then 5 more. Good luck, guys. Stopped in 2024, have a ton of 2020 to 2023. I think there are a lot of folks in the same bucket as you, Brennan, that things were going big time in 2020, 2021, and then pull back a little bit 2022. And then 2024 restarted it all over again with the Paul Skeens hype. And then the prospect classes from then on have just been pretty incredible. Guys like Mizorowski, now the 2024 rookie class, of course, too. Ellie, Yamamoto. One of the probably biggest disappointments, I would say, still is J-Dom. If you remember 2020 Bowman, it was J-Dom, Bobby Witt Jr., and what's his name on the A's. Didn't amount to anything. Oh man, his name is escaping me. I have the pose of his card right in front of my face. It looked like he was catching like a short hop in the field. What up, BB? Macanudo, oh, just incredible. That's not just the coolest. That's not just the best. Thank God you started in 2018 and loaded heavy on Judge and Ohtani. Wow. That's excellent, John. Yeah, I was actually going big on Ohtani back in 2018, 2019 myself, and I tell this story all the time. When I started doing breaks in 2019 as Jacob deGrom, I was buying, and I started the Mama Parlay giveaway at the end of every break. I was buying lots of base chrome Ohtani 2018 Topps Chrome Ohtani rookies, and they were like $2 a piece. And I was giving them away. And I mean, I probably gave away like 20 or 30 of them. Boy, oh boy. Imagine that now. Churio. And Sujun Moon to 250. Can't tell you how many of his cards and autographs you have. Josh Young, yeah, he was another big chase. Oh gosh, what's the guy's name on the A's that I'm trying to think of? He was the big chase in 2020. I think he's actually still in the minors, although I can't imagine him lasting much longer because he's got a career batting average, I think, of like 210. Oh man, his name is totally escaping me right now. Florentino. Just say, numbered Ohtani is the call from Dave. Let's see. We need another auto. It's Christian Moore. Jared Jones. Made. And it's a Wehiwa Aloy. There we go. Nice auto for Justin. Wehiwa Aloy. That is the top chase for the Orioles. I'd probably put him just outside the top 5. Congrats, Justin. That's the one you want. So we got our 4. Will we get a 5th? Giancarlo Siu. Connor. Robert Poussin, that's it. Thank you, Lynn. That's who I was thinking of. Robert Poussin. Man, he was such a letdown. He was a huge chase. Yeah, Luzardo was another one. There's Okamoto. Luzardo traded like 70 times. Justin Gonzalez, first chrome. How about an Eli Willits to 250 purple? Going to the Natties, going to Michael. Congrats, Michael. Let's get Eli up there. He is another one that I think is going to fly through the levels at the minors. Started out a little slow this season, but then picked up the pace. Daniel Pierce first. There is a lot of reptilians in this product. Connor Griffin. 65 of Poussin. I think he was he tried to pitch too, right? Later on. I forget. I think he switched positions. I think he started as an outfielder and then tried to really make a comeback as a pitcher. And then I just don't think it's working out for him. I haven't checked in a few months, but I would not be surprised if he just got cut loose and isn't in the majors anymore. Kyle Teal. Boy, the White Sox are loaded with young talent, huh? Montgomery, Teal. Obviously Murakami. So loaded. Pena, Noth, Arroyo. All right, that's going to do it here. And we got 5 boxes to go. Kevin Payton. That's not ringing a bell for some reason. The names kind of sounds familiar. What team was Kevin Payton on? Philly? That one's not setting the light bulb off for me, Brennan. I usually know my prospects. Clint Frazier, oh my goodness. 2018 Topps Clint Frazier rookies was another thing that I was getting putting away a couple of them. Boy, oh boy. Pull some Cleveland fire now. Let's see if we can do it for you, Justin. Got your top chase for Baltimore. I think one of my 2 favorite color matches, other than, of course, the yellow for the Pirates, and I give them to the Pirates and A's. I love the black for the Pirates and the Orioles. Obviously, I love the orange for the Orioles too, but black for the Orioles just looks so nice. And black for the Pirates looks... Whew. Ethan Holiday of today's era. I got to go back to 2016. Wait, Kevin Payton, was he on the Twins? Was he Twins? Where was he? What team was he on? I know I'm recognizing the name, but I can't picture the team. St. Louis calls last week. Guy that's been 11 years in the minors. Poussin still has a chance. I think the Pirates held the record for the call-up of the oldest minor league player. Oh, man, I forgot his name. It was like 3 years ago. They called him up, and they knew he wasn't going to last. He played for maybe a week or two, hit his first career home run, and then they kind of told him, they're like, yeah, you're not going to stick around. We wanted you to get a couple at bats in, have a little fun. And then they let him go, and he retired. I forgot his name. Not doing well on names. Names aren't my strong suit. Lubob was the 2020 was the chase like crazy. I remember when I started breaking, the first product that I broke for the longest was Bowman Baseball 2020. And obviously, other than the prospect chase of Bewitt Jr. and Poussin and J-Dom, Lubob and Gavin Lux were the biggest 2 chases. 35-year-old and sent back to Altoona. Yeah, that's right. Somebody sent me his one of our Parlay fan members sent me one of his autos, and I thought that was the coolest thing. So that'll be in my PC forever. It's not going to be worth much, but it's a great story of perseverance. I think it was 2023, because I remember the auto was 2023. It was the same design, same year that Gunnar Henderson was the big chase. Very geometric with the headshot at the bottom. You remember that year, Topps Chrome 2023? Everybody was ripping on that design with the headshot of the player at the bottom. But better that than, what was it, 2022 Topps Chrome, where you couldn't even read the name. That was bad. All right, guys, last set of 5. Let's see if we can get at least one more auto. Good luck. Numbered, Walker Jenkins, purple to 250. I don't know. I still want to call purple a color match, even though that looks like purple to me because I'm colorblind, all right? Maybe because it's next to the red. Walker Jenkins goes to the Twins, to Linton. Congrats, Linton. If Jenkins can just get healthy. He did have a short stint with the Twins. Yeah, I think that's what, or maybe I'm thinking of Nick Matton on the Phillies. He was a Braves prospect. Do I remember him? Huh. Yeah, it's not the guy I was thinking of then. I was thinking of Nick Matton when they called him up on the Phillies. And how about a Payton Tolle? It's a paper sticker auto. 80 out of 250. Purple rookie. And that goes to Scotty P. And I think that's a special one for Scotty P, who I believe coached Payton Tolle, or son played with Tolle. So that is pretty awesome. Congrats, Scotty P, on a nice Payton Tolle auto. He's got a nice autograph, too, I must say. Pache, oh yeah. Pache was a disaster. I remember somebody in our group had a Pache red to 5 that I was like this close to buying, just because I really thought Pache was going to pan out. Boy, oh boy, I shouldn't be saying that. And I ended up not buying it, and I guess it worked out in my favor. Franklin Arias, because that thing is unfortunately gone to 0. He has changed teams so many times, had so many chances to try to catch on with somebody. Wehiwa Jr. and Zaire Hope, another promising prospect in the Dodgers system who is probably fully blocked, numbered to 299. There are so many prospects in the Dodgers farm system. It is hard to believe that they have so many. Oh, it was Liam Doyle. My bad, Scott. Somebody was telling me that they coached Payton Tolle. Ethan Holiday. Now I got to remember who it was. Somebody, one of our Parlay fan members, coached Payton Tolle. I thought it was you, Scotty P. And Colby Shelton at $3.99. Don't think you've been in a Bowman break this year without at least one Red Sox auto. Yeah, they have been. The Red Sox in Bowman 2026 have been hot and heavy. Franklin Arias. There's our first Ava Arquette. Arias has been hitting constantly. And more than Justin Gonzalez, of course. He's probably been in the minority of the Red Sox that I've been seeing hit, although there have been plenty of Justin Gonzalez hits. But some of the other surrounding prospects have been the primaries. Let me get this so it doesn't. Crazy power, but no plate discipline. Pache can't hit a beach ball. Yeah. I think that the play on him was his fielding, and his speed was like their thing, that he was a Gold Glove fielder. But that can only carry you so far in the pros. Probos. Let's see, can we get one more auto? There's Nelly Taylor, another Red Sox that hits quite a bit. Tommy Troy. Zaire Hope, another one, refractor to $4.99. And I just ran out of top loaders just in time. Going to Dodger Dave. Been choosing the Reds like crazy because you want a Sal auto so bad. Well, we hit a Sal auto as the last auto, and I think it was our last break, so maybe we'll do it again here. Very last auto on a walk-off. David Shields. Can we get one more auto to finish it off? DeVries. Cooper Pratt. And that is going to do it. No more autos. All right, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to do the Mama Parlay giveaway, and then we're going to recap it. Thank you guys again for being part of the break. Another huge hit coming out of the blaster case. But first, we're going to do trivia question. I'm going to ask you guys a question. First person in the break to comment with the right answer will take this one home. And remember, you always see your own comment first. So I'll shout out who I see first. Another one of those nice Facebook bugs. In honor of us ripping more basketball tomorrow, we're going to do some more b-ball tonight. It is the 2025 Topps Now Luka Doncic numbered to 5. And that is numbered to 5 because that is the 5th ever fully licensed Topps Now basketball card printed. It was in the first wave of Topps Now licensed basketball cards released. It was the 5th one on opening day, 43 points in the LA opener on October 21st. And the question is, which is the only NBA team to have won 3 series clinching games by 30 or more points in the same postseason? Was it the Bulls, the Lakers, or the Knicks? Which is the only NBA team to have won 3 series clinching games by 30 or more points in a single postseason? The Bulls, the Lakers, or the Knicks? First person in the break to comment with the right answer will take this one home. And I hope I get the comments because they're not coming up on the phone, so I'm watching on the computer. Only NBA team in history to have won 3 series clinching playoff games by 30 or more points. So I think Linton got it. Let me see if I can refresh. It passed by quickly because of this. Let's see if I could. Can I open it here? Oh man, it won't let me scroll down and it's not coming up on the phone. Consarn it. I think I saw Linton first. Now they're coming in on the phone. Or maybe it was Brennan. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look after, guys. Unfortunately, it didn't show me the comments on the phone, and it flew by, and I can't scroll back. That's the weirdest thing. I can only see 4 comments. So I'll double check and I'll post who took it. I think it was either Linton or Brennan. So whichever one of you end up getting it, congrats. Sorry for Facebook's ridiculousness. All right, so let's recap it, guys. So first, we're going to do the trifecta. Connor, Ohtani, Judge. All right. So Connor, let's do a little quick sorting. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 base Connor, 3 Bowman Sterling, 2 electric sluggers, and a top 100. Ohtani, 3 and 3, 3 Sterling, 3 electric sluggers. For the Judge Man, we've got a power chords and electric sluggers and 4 Bowman Sterling. The red rookie redemptions are Akumato, Christian Moore, Carson Wisenon, Schlittler, Jensen, Justinson Garcia, Carson Williams, Colson Montgomery, and Bryce Matthews. And our numbered hits: Zaire Hope to $4.99, Shelton $3.99, Hope to $2.99, Churio bookend to $2.50, Jenkins $2.50, Elmer Rodriguez Cruz Green $99, Churio $4.99, Moon $2.50, DeGrom $99, Shelton $99, Condon $2.99, Perdomo $4.99, Pena to 50, Dortche's 250, Dolly's to 250, Stanifer 250, JoJo Parker 125, Mendez 150, Maury 150, Jensen to 75, Drake Baldwin 399, Klein 399, Dylan Lewis 399, and Owens 499. And then the auto, Dave says Jeremy was first. I will definitely confirm after. Top 10, Eli Willits, purple to 250. Aiden Miller, metal to 100. Cade Snell, true green, first to 99. The Walker Janik Bowman logo. The George Lombard Jr. refractor to 499. Owen Carey, first auto. Payton Tolle, purple rookie paper sticker auto to 250. The Pablo Nunez green first auto to 99. The Wehiwa Aloy first auto base. And by far the hit of the break is the big dog, possibly the top chase, I would say, in the product, the Edward Florentino Green Shimmer first, 57 to 99, and that's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed it and had a great time. Tomorrow we'll be back with a double-decker. Hopefully, if we fill them both, we got a one-boxer random of basketball, Topps Chrome Cosmic, and we'll be dropping at 4 p.m. Our usual time slot is our final jumbo case of 2026 Bowman Baseball for a Friday rip. So hope you guys enjoyed it, had a great time. Always remember, do something good for someone else. It always comes back to you. And until next time, it's your boy Parlay J saying take care, spike your hair. We will see you next time. Goodbye and good night. Bang.